Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is Sean, and as all my people know, I started playing tennis again. I haven't played tennis in like 25 years, but when I was playing back in the 80s and 90s, I used to play a lot of tournaments, and I used to play in a lot of leagues, and I also taught with my friend Rick Bowerson over at the Oceans Racket Club. I was his assistant, so I started surfing really, and then one of my friends in high school, I was like 15 at the time, was an awesome tennis player, and he's like, "You want to go play tennis?" And he was kind of a chubby kid, and I was like, "Wow, man, this dude, like, we're just having fun, like making fun of each other and stuff." And when I got on the tennis court, he was literally going to a place called Nick Bollettieri Academy, and his parents put like $20,000, $30,000 into his tennis lessons, and he was one of the top players in Volusia County, and was ranked in the country. So I started learning from that fella, and I'm already like an athlete. I've done a lot of stuff in my life. Right now I'm 51 and I'm out of shape because I've had like a few surgeries. I've had both my hips replaced, and I've had a plate in my shoulder, and I have neck injuries and back injuries. But right now I have to get back in shape because I'm having some surgeries that are being done, on my stomach. So I need to get into shape mentally and physically. So since I've been playing for about a month, I've lost 20 pounds, and then I injured my knees were hurting, so I had to stop playing for like a week. And then I started playing again with my friend from Egypt, Ahmad. I introduced you guys to him. He had to go back, so we were hitting every day, a ball machine and all kinds of stuff. So my friends and a lot of people, I've seen videos on it, they're asking how to hit a kick serve. It means a topspin serve. And when I was taught how to play tennis and how to serve the ball and stuff, my coach used to take us to the fundamentals, and then I seen this fella Cross, which is an excellent teacher. I think it's HQ Tennis or something like that. He was talking about fear. People are afraid to serve a second serve. We choke up or whatever, and they have a mental blockage of it. So I never had problems like that. One time, actually, this is how I got over the stuff like that. Like, I don't ever think of anything that's going to affect what I'm doing on the tennis court or baseball or any of that stuff. When I was about 11 years old, I used to play baseball for John Hall Chevrolet in Daytona, and there would be hundreds of people that would come to these baseball games, little kids, and I was terrified of going out there and batting. I could hit and stuff like that, but I was terrified of batting. So my dog, actually my brother-in-law's dog, I'm babysitting her. I brought her out to the tennis courts. She's trying to catch a lizard. I'm just keeping an eye on her. Anyway, I was terrified of baseball, like going out there and hitting. So I told my coach I didn't want to go. I wanted to play, my position, but I didn't want to go and hit. And he was like, "Why?" And I told him I was petrified. I was scared to death. All these people screaming at me while I'm out there to bat, and they're screaming at everybody. So he told me to think of something like in your life that was the most happiest time in your life, and actually think about that while you're in that situation, your stressful situation. And ever since then, I always thought of, I try to think of positive things that I've done or happy moments in my life in the middle of a stressful situation in life or tennis court or anything. So I don't really think about not hitting the second serve. I'll always hit through it. Either I make it or it goes, or it goes long. But what this kick serve does, and there's a few different types of serves, but before we go any further, we're going to break this into sections. Like, I want to show you a drill, how to develop hitting behind, brushing the ball with topspin. But first of all, you got to know what grip to use. So we want to use a continental grip, and there's videos on grips and what they do and all that other stuff. But you want to serve every serve you have using a continental grip, which you just take your racket sideways and you put it that way, and you line your knuckle up with that bevel. And then that time, then you have a continental grip, and that's the grip you're going to use for volleying when you volley at the net or slice. So it's used for other things, but this particular time we're always going to use it for serving. And I'm just showing you what I've learned. You're like, I haven't taught in a long time, but I've seen people out here trying to do this. My friend over there, he's practicing hitting his serve, and like no one's even going to try to practice this serve because they think it's so complicated. But it's really not that complicated once you learn the basics of it. The first thing, like I said, you have the continental grip, and then these shitty tennis balls that I've smashed the shit out of from hitting with them for so long. So you have a couple different serves. The one serve that most everybody hits is called a flat serve. It's still got a little spin on it, but most of it's flat, and you're just coming down on it. You throw it up, you throw it over and hit it. And then more advanced people will start hitting with something called a slice, and then they just hit on the side of the ball. Okay, so you're almost there for a top spin anyway, or a kick serve. What do you call it? Kick serve. So on a kick serve, you're going to come up behind the ball and spin it like that. So where the ball, it's going to look like it's going to go out, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. You're going to hit up and through the ball, and then that's going to bounce on the court and bounce up high. So this is the drill that you practice, that all these pros do. I'm sure there's videos of it out there. I saw a guy doing it earlier, matter of fact, today. So there's still videos of people teaching you how to do this. You take your racket like you normally do, and put your hand as a wall, and practice pushing the ball off your hand up high, and just practice doing that even higher. Like now I did it like. Because of my shoulder I have a plate in my shoulder, so I can't put the ball up as high. I have to, focus on it to do it. So same thing, you got the continental grip. You're gonna have the ball up here, hold it up here, and practice throwing the racket up high. So you're gonna hit on top of the ball, on the side of the ball with topspin. Keep practice doing this. Get a bucket of balls, and you're going to do a whole bucket of these things, one after the other. You don't have to rush it either, like I'm doing. Take your time. Get the ball up there correctly. Spin it. Because this is your stuff. This is your serve. With how much time you put into it, and how much you want to learn and learn different techniques and different drills, that's how you're going to get better. And the difference between people like myself that's just a regular tennis player and someone that's an actual pro is the way they can control the tennis ball. Professional people can control the ball, and they can put it anywhere they want to on the court. And this ratings 4, 5, 5-0 players. I haven't played in a tournament, and I was hitting with a 4 or 5 player not too long ago that plays every tournament, and I was pounding them off the court because these new people hit with so much topspin. The ball just sits up like this. I mean, they just run each other back and forth. And I'm old school, where we were just taught how to just bring the tennis racket back and hit through it. The ball drops and you just hit through the ball. And see how low it is? It isn't. And I hit that way from everywhere on the court. I mean, I do hit with topspin in situations when I need it, but I just have a natural semi-western eastern grip, and I just turn my body like this, get my racket. It looks weird, but and you hit through it. And you can hold a western too. You racket right there. You turn your body. It's automatically going to hit. When you hit through it, you're automatically going to get topspin because you're putting your wrist out there. I see people just go like this. That's not what you're doing. When the ball makes contact, it's going to make your wrist turn. But you already got it positioned where you can hit it. But you can't really hit that way on volleys and serves. You can hit an eastern grip serve, but you're going to be limited. So when you're doing the volleys, you want to hit underneath it. I mean, that came off the frame. You see the ball will go down with that type of grip, and that's the same grip we're going to do with that. So think about this: the ball's bouncing, and you slice underneath it. Well, all you're doing is slicing underneath it. It's the same thing that you're doing hitting the kick serve, but you're just doing the opposite of it. So you're just going like that. people throw the ball way behind them like that. Not only at 51 years old, if I was throwing the ball like that consistently, I would have to hire a chiropractor to fix my back every day. It's not necessary. You just just a consistent toss. Hold the ball like you're drinking a glass of water. That's how I do it. And then either some people put the ball behind the racket like that. Some people will put it like this. See people like that. Doesn't matter. Just bounce the ball. Throw it in front of you. You want to throw the ball in front of you. Not sideways. Not backwards. Just straight ahead. And it is windy, but you see, just right in front of you. Every time. Now on that serve right there where I showed you the last one, that would be where you want to throw it just to get that kick serve like you're saying. Not too much on it, but just enough on the left, because as a right-handed person you're going to come across the ball like that. We're going to get to that later though. I'm just showing you. There's a reason why you want to sit here or stand here and take these balls and practice doing that, to get what my buddy Nick calls over there at Intuitive Tennis muscle memory. It's just like I was saying, the muscle memory, even though I hadn't played in 25 years, I can still go out and hit some tennis balls. I am disabled. I mean, I have 2 hip replacements. It's hard for me to move my feet, and that's why I can't play as high level as I used to be able to play, because one, I'm out of shape, my weight wise, but my feet aren't in the right position to hit the ball correctly every time, and that makes a difference. So even though, and it's because I was a good player at one time, it gives me, that I can come out and play doubles with people and still have fun and not hurt anybody, and I'm not one of them people that have to show myself off and have to hit big serves and big forehands, because I play tennis with some of these people around here and they're in their 80s, okay? So when I get a short ball, I'm not trying to drive it or hurt anybody, which I could easily hit, and that's why I practice touch. And when you're practicing these types of stuff, you're actually practicing touch. You want to learn touch in the game of tennis. Not everything's power. If you got good placement and control of the ball and someone's got is big hitter, you'll win that match, because they won't be able to. You can put the ball from side to side on them, literally in the corners and on the lines. I don't really aim for the lines. I hit the lines a lot, believe me, because I hit flat. My style of play, I guess, would be like, like sort of how Jimmy Connors and McEnroe played, but I hit with more topspin. But when I make contact with the ball, it's very flat, and then the part where I'm hitting, that's where the topspin comes in, just enough to get it over. And as I'm learning, I'm also learning the new style of playing, just in case I get in a situation. But if I had my choice of how I'm going to hit the ball, it's not going to be with a lot of topspin running around back and forth with these young fellas and ladies. It's going to be me either winning the point or losing the point. But I'm going to put myself in a situation where I'm going to have a better chance to win, because not only will I hit a flat shot, I'll hit what you call chip. I'll chip the ball and I'll start coming in behind it, and I'll practice serving and volleying on them. Have a good day, Marty.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. You're looking good out there, my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He's playing hard. He's training hard. And that guy was a 3-0 player. And then whatever the hell that means, And then he was my partner a couple times, and I was helping him on his serve because he's a big man. I'm only 5'7", folks. I've actually shrunk. But I'm not that tall of a fella, and one of my buddy Marty's at least 6'2", and he's an older guy, and he's got big hands, big fella, But he was throwing the toss like really short, and I'm like, man, if you throw that ball up another 5 or 6 inches, bro, and the way you're running into that ball, you're gonna have that's gonna be a handful. And of course, he corrects that shit when I'm getting ready to return a serve, So I'm waiting for this big serve, and I got a hold of it, but. I should have waited to after I got done playing, but I always, like, people ask me, because I practice a lot, and I know I'm making a video now, but for instance, I'll come out here sometimes from 2 o'clock to like 4 o'clock and maybe even 5 sometimes, and just no camera, nothing. But I just wanted to show the folks we're going to go through steps on how to do this kick serve and explain how this game is played. It's just not, it's made for errors. You want to strive to play tennis with no errors. That's your main purpose, to do tennis. It's not playing your opponents. It's not playing the matches or leagues. It's playing yourself in the game of tennis, just like bowling. You want a perfect game? Well, you got to play a game with no errors. That's how I try to approach it. And if you make an error, then move on and try not to make the same mistake. Because that's all it is. It only takes 1/100th of a second. Some of these people I play tennis with are hitting balls in the high hundreds on serves, and I haven't played in 25 years. And thank God I got a Wilson Profile, one of the stiffest rackets in the market. So I can just, even with a half swing, I have I can be able to get the ball where I need to. But I practice, you see, and this type of shit, like where you're practicing these spins, like I'm telling you, you're gonna learn other things just subconsciously on how to control the tennis ball. Want that continental grip, folks. That's the most important thing. And like that dude Cross was saying, just mess around with it, have fun. Just have fun with it, because you can mess around with this stuff. Like I've invented serves for myself, like different types of serves, just by accident. I was trying to slice serve one time, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm hitting like a kick slice type serve, and it was bouncing and slicing out wide and high and everything. So I use that on clay court, and it's just consistent, But you can mess around and find different serves. So it's all about fun, folks. I know I use I normally come on here and troll the NFL for being rigged and scripted, but I had someone tell me that I was a bot and I'm not a real person, which I kind of think is funny because I got fishing videos, me and my friends and my family and stuff. But so, I'll share this with you on this channel here. I don't have nothing to hide from anybody. Like I say, there's a bunch of people, they're trolls, and when you start exposing stuff, or you show other people, they can have fun, because there's some people on our channel here, folks, or some of our friends on here, that are going through surgeries, they're going through physical illnesses and stuff, and it's good to be supportive of them, all of us together, and say, hey, we've been there. I'm 51, I'll be 52, I've had surgeries. You can get out and get some fresh air, get yourself a pet or something, and walk the dog, and or get a fish and take care of it, or a plant, or something that makes you that relies on you, and then that gave you something to do daily to get up and motivate you, and then that turns into other stuff. Just like this positive thinking, you can't bring in that kind of stuff, negative thinking, into decision making. That's why we're in a situation we're in now. That's why there's so many wars. Besides all the money, it's bad decisions. The pursuit of good means does not justify the employment of bad ends, and there's a lot of bad ends going on. And that's why I say, even if you like basketball or football or whatever, you like playing it or watching it on TV, I don't have a problem with it. It's entertainment. I have a problem with people betting on it. And then I have a problem with, people losing their damn money thinking the stuff is straight, So that's why I do stuff like making videos to show people how to hit tennis, and it teaches me too, because I have to learn to teach somebody else or to show other people. And I'm not professional, and there's way better videos than I'm showing you here. There's a lot of people. Intuitive Tennis is good. That one dude, like I said, Tennis HQ. And then there's this kid Woo. He has tennis tournaments, and they're little kids and different ages, or what? Not little kids, they're younger than I am, and they play against each other. And there's a few people that are good, so I watch them. But it's all fun. You can't take this stuff too seriously. I'm just showing you a little, like after I turn this camera on, I'll do 2 baskets of these things, just standing there doing that, and then I'll go to this mini service, practice this one, then I'll go back there and practice, then I'll do both sides practice. So by the time I'm done, I'll probably hit like 300 to 400 tennis balls in a few hours. So that's what I said to do. Just get your exercise and practice other stuff too, Touch is important in tennis, especially if you're doing doubles. So as I said, I just stand here like this, where you can stand backwards, or you can even stand the way that you're gonna serve, you know, like the way you're gonna serve, and do it that way too. You know, whatever you feel comfortable with, but the higher you put the ball up like that, the flat, and push it forward, the more you'll get used to doing it that way. As I said, I have a plate in my shoulder, but I'm just showing you a drill to do that, to learn the kick serve, and then, you know, just practice hitting the ball sideways too with this Continental thing. They'll teach you slice and catching the ball. You want to be able to have control of the ball. You know, that's the main thing, you know. And then people like, oh, let's do between the legs. You just practice doing that too, you know. I don't make it all the time. I've hit them a few recently, because these people love lobbing me. Sure, lob a person that's got 2 replaced hips and needs back surgery, and make them run from the back of the fucking court to I'm sorry. Or the best one is, you're standing there and you know these old timers are coming with the old drop shot. So I start the engine way before, because I can already see the hack starting. You know, most people bring their rackets back like this to hit the ball. Oh, no, not here. This is a hack. It's like sword fighting with these people. That's how they play tennis. They don't hit through the ball like this with a clean stroke. They are just whoosh. The ball will turn on you. And one time recently, I had to switch left-handed just to get a ball back, because I was, you know, waiting for him to serve correctly, and it didn't happen. So he's left-handed too, and well, I'm right-handed, but he hit this left-handed slice, and I saw it coming. I knew it was coming, and with the two-hander, I couldn't get to it, so I had to extend myself left-handed and just threw up a lob over them, and it worked, thank goodness. But it's good that because I was practicing left-handed with Ashley, volleying and stuff, and so I can hit my two-hander correctly, you know, practice doing that. So it's just fun, and it's something that you can do all your life. So this is part one of this, and then we're going to get into actually hitting the serve, but I just want you to see some of the drills that I do to learn how to hit these serves. So when I'm showing you the serves, you know, it's just like, oh wow, that guy can just go out there and do that. No, it takes practice, it takes years, and it takes dedication. And there's going to be days you don't want to do it, you know, but if you're playing in league tennis and you're playing in competition tennis, there isn't a day that you shouldn't be out hitting, you know, serves, or at least practicing in your house your swings if it's raining or whatever. That you should be touching your tennis racket and using it every day, and checking the strings and all that stuff. So thanks for watching. And as I said, go check out Intuitive Tennis. The guy's really good if you're learning how to play. And this fella Cross, I think that's how you pronounce his name, K-U-S-S, I believe, E. It could be pronounced that way, I believe. But he does, I think, HQ Tennis, and he's professional too. And he'll show you how to play from scratch to now, you know, like if you're just a beginner or you're advanced or whatever. Both of them fellas do that also. So, and they have a variety of different people. So my friend was telling me he's trying to learn surf, so I told him a couple days ago about these two channels, and now he's out here. He's not really double faulting that much, and the toss is higher. So these videos work if you come out here and use them correctly, and then share the knowledge, you know. So thank you for watching, and we'll be back again, and I'll be posting more rigged and scripted football times with Coach Script, and maybe Bailey the dog will make an appearance because it's that silly. Thanks, folks, and just remember what I tell you. This is the truth, and it's 100% truth. God loves you. He does. You're made in the image and likeness of God, and God loves you, and so do I. Don't forget that.